understanding defensively what the play design was.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins.
No, dude, I like this.
This will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Play fake, Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. Now we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Vikings continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it's unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last time. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But there's ever a chance to regroup. It's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Everything was right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 45 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tagged on. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the... And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Vikings are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Well, I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
There we go now as they will again try for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Second down, McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And this returnable for Rager. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And they will take over 1st and 10. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to the general manager and say, is there any way you can get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. Play action now. Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 31 yards. And the Vikings are starting to pour it on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense pace, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They're gonna look to throw. And this is gonna be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral. Because this guy...
Damn it.
Too much that time as Cousins goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. To throw, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And they, of course, will decline the penalty and just take the yardage on the completion.
And this defense, they've got to be beyond frustrated at this point, because even when they're grabbing and holding out there, they're still completing passes. If you grab someone, they shouldn't be able to catch it.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 29 yards. And the Vikings continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And incomplete on the deep ball. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. Now here's Mahomes. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. A beautiful fake.
Yeah.
54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And out will come the offense as they take over. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. He'll get it inside the 20, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. His throw incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Here's Rager. He's going to bring this one out. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return
return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Mahomes now on first down. And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Forced out to his left. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000.